Zontan says YouTube just made her whole frickin' career illegal, saying anyways, please enjoy Zone Tunes with absolutely no ads. We got a image here that says, review our feedback. Our reviewers found that your channel contains the following: inappropriate use of family entertainment characters, animated or live action characters engaged in violent, sexual, or inappropriate behavior. Now, this is actually a rather confusing situation, at least in my humble opinion. Before we address that though, let me give you some backstory on Zontan, and please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. It certainly does help out, and thank you for that. I'll also have Zontan's channel linked in the description if you want to check that channel out too. So Zontan actually did something pretty unique, like ahead of the curve unique. There's the Zone Tunes channel, which has Zontan as a hostess of sorts, where she does commentary news type segments, and to my understanding, this is all done by Zone Tunes and other animators by Zone, with a voice actress playing Zontan. A lot of Z's there. Got a little tongue-tied. Now, some people might see this and instantly draw parallels to VTubers. Obviously, a difference in the approach. However, the in-content isn't too dissimilar regarding having an anime-style character presenting content for people to enjoy. Now, like I said, this gets a little confusing, so let's get to that part. You may be aware of these weird YouTube channels that target kids with animations, yet they have very disturbing, sometimes downright explicit undertones. For obvious reasons, YouTube doesn't like these channels and has been removing them over the years. So perhaps Zone's channel got mistakenly identified in some way as one of those channels. This could be possible because Zontan does post rather sexual content. However, it's not content for kids, it's content targeting adults. So again, perhaps Zone got unfairly hit and it's all a mistake. That said, YouTube has tightened policies more and more over the years, and Zone's content being rather sexual in nature in many examples could cause issues, but apparently they've been fine up until this recent termination, which, let's just go over one more time briefly, claims the issues are specifically animated characters doing violent, sexual, or inappropriate things. So while all of this is a bit confusing, in large part because policies change and the definition for certain criteria is rather vague, I hope I'm making the potential issues here clear enough, but I'm also going to elaborate on them now. If Zontan getting hit with that policy isn't a mistake in thinking her content is targeting kids, it opens up a lot of potential issues for any sort of animations and even virtual YouTubers. For example, how are they defining an animated or live action character engaging in violence? If a VTuber is playing a violent video game, would that get hit? Heck, we talked about the Invincible Season 2 trailer the other week. Are we not allowed to see animations of characters fighting? So all those anime fights on YouTube that people love, all those comic animation fights and whatnot, we can't have that anymore? I'm sure you can think of many, many more examples of potential issues regarding this policy and how it might be applied. Obviously, some of those channels get hit for copyright reasons when they upload fights and stuff, but that's a different policy entirely. However, what about channels like the official Amazon channels that might upload invincible fight scenes as mentioned? The copyright policy would be fine. But what about this new policy about animated characters and violence? I don't want to blow this out of proportion. I really don't see YouTube removing all animated fights and stuff over this policy. However, it is vague enough with certain terms that it does make you wonder how it'll actually be applied. And then we still have Zontan getting hit, of course. I think it'll be important to see if Zone is able to successfully appeal the action taken against their channel. And I know how stressful that stuff can be, so I do wish Zone the best in handling that. And again, I'll link their channel in the description. Not much else to say on this one. Thank you so much for your time. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'll see you there, and tomorrow for the next segment.